Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Learning CAD Unit 2 Part D. This is going to be a little helpful tips, quick video talking about some view options and the feature tree, which is a really useful thing when we're CADing. So what is the feature tree? Well, it's this list of features that we have on the left-hand side. I'm going to mostly talk off the PowerPoint in this video. All right, so this is the feature tree, as you can see here on the left-hand side. Sure, we're good here. This is the feature tree. And so far, we've kind of just used it as a list where we can see the stuff that we have made before, but it actually does a whole lot of things. So obviously, right, we can see in this model all the different things that I've made in sequential order of how I made them. Say though, right, that we wanted to go back and make features that are based on this first thing, this boss extrude. Right, one thing we can actually do is drag this blue bar and literally place it back in the timeline where we want it. So see, now the hole disappears because the hole was this cut extrude feature. But what I've done is I've rolled back above that. So this can be really useful if you did a bunch of things on a model, but then realized you wanted to make a change early on that might affect things later, and you want to simplify for yourselves a little bit. Well, what you can do is you can use this rollback bar. Super useful tool, right? And so then I can do whatever I want to do here. A couple other things. On here, on the feature tree, you can right click and you get some options, right? So we've talked about doing edit feature, which edits the feature part of the feature, I guess. And then we talk about edit sketch, which can edit any sketches that are involved with the feature. There's also some other options that are interesting to use, like, for example, we can use the suppress option if we want to basically temporarily have a feature not count for our model. So I suppress this hole, and now the hole no longer shows up. Now, one thing about suppressing is you have to be careful, because say that I'm suppressing this boss extrude, which is the overall block here. Well, this cut extrude is based on that overall block because I sketched on the face. So if I suppress this, it's going to suppress everything that's related to it, everything that's a child relation to it, basically. So just be a little bit careful about that. Suppressing is a useful tool for isolating. Maybe if there's a problem in your model, one of the features has a problem, you can suppress it and see what that does to understand it, but just be aware that it might suppress some other things. Oop, like this. See, these two are still suppressed. And you can unsuppress similarly. Okay, one other useful thing is the section view tool. So sometimes if you have models that have more complex features, or it's kind of hard to get a really good view because there's some outside walls, the section view tool is a really useful tool. The section view tool is located right here, so kind of upper middle of the screen. It's in this little sub bar, which is underneath the main toolbar. If you hit section view, and it's kind of already done this automatically for us. Oops. It basically is asking you for a plane down here. So you can choose any plane or any face. And then it allows you to split the view that way based on that plane. You can also rotate a little bit if there was some crazy feature we needed to see like this, right? Now it's crucial to understand we have not suppressed this geometry, right? This geometry is still here. If we were to save it to an STL file, we would get the whole shape. If we were to make a drawing of it, we might be able to see the whole shape depending on how we set our settings. This is just for viewing our object easier, right? In order to turn it off, we just click that button again and we get to see our whole part again.